All right, guys, we're live. Let's see here. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me in the chat. Press 1 in their chat if you guys can hear me. All right, we got 1. Okay. All right. So we are live, and we're gonna do a little. Let's see, we're gonna do a little tier list here for the ban list coming out tomorrow. So let me know if you guys are excited for that. Let's see what we got going on here. Right, so these are the cards we're going to be talking about right here. So we have D-Shifter, Skill Drain, Snake Eye stuff, some branded stuff, Max C. And everybody probably wants us to stay banned, but we'll talk about it. We have Masterpiece, Miscellaneousaurus, we have Apo, Zelantis, Glow Up Bulb, Plush Fire, Circular, Master Plan, Meow Meow, Electromite, Baron, Heavy Storm. So we got a lot of good stuff to talk about. Patrick, this is for you right here, buddy. I got that right there for you. And we're gonna talk about it. So if you want to stick around, you can tell us how you feel about it. Do you want that to come back? Let's see, we got a couple of the Fiendsmith stuff. We have, Beatrice. I put the Dragon Rulers here because I feel like that should be on there because it's like every ban list that comes out, we always talk about the Dragon Rulers, if they should stay banned, should they come off, whatever. And then we also have some Yubel stuff here. So that's what we'll talk about tonight. And then if you guys want to stick around, we'll talk about some other stuff, some other topics you guys want to talk about. Let's see, we got four people in the chat. Sean, is this a 24-hour stream? Oh, no, buddy, no. I cannot stay up all night. This is just like a 1-hour stream, maybe like 1.5 hour stream. If you want to stick around, we're just gonna chill and just talk about the ban list, what we think is gonna be banned and stuff like that. No skill drain. My occult deck needs that Heavy Storm. Yeah, man. I mean, if Heavy Storm does come back, then that whole combo is like ruined. Let's wait till we get a couple more people in here, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Are you guys excited for a ban list? I know everyone's been dying for one, so. Hey Yami, how is that deck? The occult deck? You run a Destiny board? Oh, is that the? What deck is that? Is that the Bakura one? I never really messed with that deck before though. We got 6 people in the chat. If you're in the chat, leave a comment so I can see who's here. We can kind of. Patrick, thanks, bro. I got the fresh cut. Yeah, appreciate you. All right, we got 6 in the chat. Let's wait till we get about hopefully 10 people, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So what do you guys hoping to play right now? Are you guys like gonna stick to like your deck that you've been playing, or are you guys gonna change it up once the new ban list comes out? Let me know. we're gonna go ahead and get started, guys. We got 6 p.m. in the chat, but this is the first stream that we're doing, so hopefully we can do some more of these. Maybe duel my subscribers and stuff like that. I feel like that'll be pretty fun. But okay, so let's go ahead and get started, guys. So first one on the list, we have Dimension Shifter. So currently it is unlimited. What do you guys think this should be at right now? You guys think that it should be banned? I know we have Tempai that plays it. We have a couple rogue decks that play that. I don't know, man. I never really played it in any of my decks. So Sean said absolutely at 0. I never really played the card. I mean, I've never played any decks that would play it, so I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. Playing against it, it sucks, because if you get Shifter, then messes up all your graveyard play. I'm gonna go ahead and say Patrick says he'll be happy with it at semi. You sure, Patrick? I mean, I don't know. Necroface laughs at, yeah, Necroface, if that's banished, then it gets its effect off there, so that's actually pretty good. I feel like if we put it in limited, it's sacky, right? Like if you have it, and it feels bad when it's done against you because it's like the one-off. So limited, I don't know. Semi-limited, I feel like if it's semi-limited, then it doesn't even matter. Like it might as well just be at 3 at that point. It's just slightly less consistent, but it's still gonna be a problem, I feel like. So if it was up to me, I put this bad boy right here in the ban section. Ban. I think it's time. I think Konami has freaking not banned this card forever. Like, I mean, it's dodged every list since it came out. Like, I think it's time that it says bye-bye. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and go to the next one. The next one we have is Skill Drain. Again, another one that's a card that's unlimited right now. It's at 3 copies. Yeah, I know there's a lot of backer removal nowadays and stuff like that, so I'm eager to see what you guys would be where your stance is at right now with this Skill Drain. No, don't ban that. Yomi, are you playing like stun decks and stuff like that? Like you want Shifter, you want Skill Drain still legal? Like, are you one of those type of players? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna watch out for you. Like if we play online and we play streaming and stuff, I'm gonna watch you. No, don't ban. That's funny. Right now it's free, guys. Right, so it's at 3. It's free. It's free. I've seen a lot of people's banlist predictions saying that it should be banned. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like it comes up when I'm playing like at locals and stuff like that. Yep, I love stun decks. Put it at 1, B. Okay. You think at 1? I mean, if it's at 1, I feel like. Okay, if it's at 1, I think Patrick has a good point here, because if it's at 1, if you're going second, it's a deck card, right? So you draw it, you still have to set it, and then activate it the next turn. So that I could see it being at 1. I mean, like I said, the semi-limited list shouldn't even exist, because it's like it's just down 1. Like I feel like that's still gonna be a problem. Like they can still see 2 of them. Like there's still 2 in the deck. I feel like if you limited it though, it's gonna be like if they top deck, if that's their last card and they're trying to come back in a duel, that sucks. So honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is gonna be limited to 1. I'm gonna listen to Patrick. Patrick said 1. I'm gonna go ahead and just say 1, because Konami did limit a lot of the other ones. Like we have, what is it? Didn't they go ahead and do anti-spell fragrance and stuff like that? Like all like the rivalries are all at 1, right? If I'm not mistaken. Let me know in the chat, guys. I believe they're all at 1, I think, which makes it like less consistent, because you only have the 1 copy, and if you're trying to see one specifically, it's really hard to see it. So I'm gonna stick with Patrick and just say one. All right. Snake Eyes Flamberge. So what do you guys think? Flamberge. I've been a big proponent of banning this card myself. I feel like this card just, it gives like Snake Eyes way too much follow-up, I feel like. Ban that to hell. All right. Yomi says ban it to hell. Okay. Anybody else? Let's see what you guys think. I think if Konami has waited this long to drop this ban list, I feel like it has to shake up stuff. So if you're asking me, I'm gonna say ban. It's banned. I'm gonna say it's banned because we waited this long. Normally the ban list comes out every three months. We're going on like 4 months, 4.5 months. Like, yeah, like they're gonna make a splash. I feel like tomorrow they're gonna make a splash and they're gonna ban a lot of the cards that you actually see on this list. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say ban with this one, guys. Ash. The next one is Snake Eyes Ash. So what do you guys think about this one? I've seen people say we should ban this guy and limit Flamberge. I've seen that going around. I've seen people ban Flamberge and limit Ash to 1. So yes, ban that. Yomi, you just want to ban everything. In typical Konami fashion, this ban list can very well be mid and we'll be all like, that's it. Sean, you're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. I mean, we could have waited this whole time, 4 months, and Konami will do Konami things and it'll be like 3 cards. Like the last list was 3 cards, wasn't it? It was banned the 2 Synchro, Savage, and Baron, and then they also banned the Link for Evo. Those were like the 3 major hits. I mean, it could as well be mid too. We're getting our hopes up. Yeah, Sean. I feel like I hope not though. I mean, I hope we waited this long. I hope they do a massive ban list and just kind of reset the game a little bit. That's my hope. That's my hope. But I mean, it could be mid. So, what do you guys think? Ash? I'm leaning towards limited because if we really want to ban and kind of like make Snake Eyes less degenerate and less powerful, less consistent, I feel like Ash to 1 and Flamberge 0 ban. Card limit says, I imagine in different time zones it is Saturday and they're raging. There is no ban list. Yeah, I mean, like, Europe. I mean, Europe is what, 5 hours ahead of us, so it's probably like 3 in the morning over there. That's TCG territory. I don't know what the ban list though is for like South America, or like the time zone is for South America and stuff like that. But hey, if Konami bans all the cards I want am coming to my locals with a cigar and a whiskey celebrating. You gonna just walk like this? If that happens, man, you gotta let me know how the others see you with the whiskey and the cigar. I mean, I don't think locals allow cigars and alcohol on the premises, but good luck with that. Let's see. All right, so yeah, we're gonna stick with that. I mean, I haven't seen you guys say anything about Ash, so I'm just gonna leave it limited. Wanted. What do you guys think about Wanted? So Wanted is this is a spell card that allows them to search the Black Witch or the Witch here. So like, what do you think that the community rage needs happy pills? The community rage needs happy pills. Yeah, I just feel like everybody needs to calm down. I mean, I've seen the Facebook posts and stuff like that. Everybody's going crazy, putting horse vomiting pictures and whatever. Like, y'all, it need to stop. I mean, I'm no way defending Konami, but let's go ahead and just pump the brakes on that. If you really want to make a difference, if you really want to show them that you're fed up, do it with your wallets. Stop going to events. Stop buying product. I mean, but then again, you're also hurting the local game store too, because they have that product on the shelves and they're trying to sell it. So support your local game store, first of all, but like hit them in the wallet where it counts. So like, stop going to these events. If the numbers start going down, they're going to be forced to make a change because they know the player base is not happy. So, okay, so Sean says to put Wanted at 1. Okay. If the list came out a month ago, 1, but now it'll be free because Konami wants to sell the tins. Patrick, has it been confirmed that Wanted is in the tins? I haven't been keeping track of what's been in the tins, honestly. I've seen a couple things here and there, but not everything. That's why I don't play meta. That's my form of protest. Hey, okay. Yomi says, and I buy OCG cards too. It's so much cheaper. So, Yomi, are you in the OCG or are you TCG side, but you just prefer to buy the OCG cards? I mean, yeah, they actually have nicer rarities, Yomi. I'm not gonna lie. They have nicer rarities. It looks nicer and it's cheaper too. So he's not wrong about that. Hey, we got 8 people in the chat. Y'all can, please give this, this stream a like. That'll help me out. It's my first stream, so we're having fun here. We're just chilling out. All right, let's see what we got. So I am in the TCG, but I play OCG cards. Okay, that's pretty cool. You play with your friends and stuff like that, and they allow that? Is that pretty cool? See, my thing is I love the rarities of the OCG, but it's like I find myself like if I'm playing the cards, I always like to read, so I'm like I can't read Japanese, so that would kind of irk me for real. But let me see. Yes, Wanted is confirming the tins. Just look it up. Okay, all right, Patrick. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it free because it is in the tins. Konami's still a business. They have to sell their products, so. The tins, they want to make sure that people buy those tins. I probably would think the next ban list though after the tins, because Konami's notorious for doing that. They'll leave stuff off the ban list as soon as the tins come out, but then the next ban list right after the tins, they slaughter everything. And it's like, dude, I just spent all this money on the tins, and I just got these reprints, and now they're gone. So I'm gonna leave it free because my boy Patrick said it's in the tins. Card Limit says I'm old enough to develop enough wisdom to gain another perspective. Ban list could be the best to date. People will still hate it. Exactly. I mean, people are just never satisfied, Card Limit. I totally agree with that. You can never please everybody, right? All right, we have Black Witch. What do you guys want to put this one at? If Konami, so Yomi says, if Konami reprints the Horus cards, I'm making Horus raw. Okay, I mean, I've always wanted to pick up the Horus cards, but again, they're so expensive, so I haven't picked it up. But if they get reprints, I'll pick myself up a playset and stuff and just build like a rank 8 deck or whatever it is. All right, so what we got? Black Witch. I'm gonna say they have to. Black Witch. I'm gonna say free, because a lot of the other archetypes that are coming out need Black Witch, so I don't think it's going to be banned. Obviously, I think because to sell the other archetypes they need this card, so I'm going to say free. It's going to be at 3. Carlin says I would like Imseti to be reprinted, but then I have to buy a bunch of the rank 8s and a total mess. Anthony Kelly Jr. Yo, what's up, Anthony? He says Horus is getting reprinted. Okay, that's confirmed. That it's getting reprinted. Okay. Yes, Yomi says, yeah, just like the Azamina deck. Yeah, that's the deck that's gonna need the Black Witch. So okay, guys. So we decided it's gonna stay free. Here is the next one, right? So right now we have Albion the Sanctifier Dragon is free. So Right now it's free. People have been calling to either ban both of these or one of these. So where's your take, guys? I mean, if you're gonna ban one of them, or I mean, what do you guys think it should is it like a necessity? Do we need this card in the format to stop the other decks from going crazy? Do you think that we should just ban them? Like, hell no, ban that. Yomi, okay, so which one do you think we should ban? The Sanctifier or the Gimmick Puppet? Ban Albion. Oh, okay. He says ban Albion. So then you want the Gimmick Puppet to be free? I mean, I don't think they're gonna ban both of them. It has to be one of the two that they probably will ban. So what do you guys think? I think they're gonna leave this one free, honestly, guys, because the Gimmick Puppet deck, like it got new support, right? So in order to have that deck not get hit in some way, I think they're gonna leave this one. I think they actually might ban the Sanctifier Dragon, I think. Yeah, Gimmick Puppet Lock isn't even that popular. I mean, it's only really played in Branded, right? So like, like, I feel like they have other outs anyways. Like Branded is a strong deck. I feel like even without the Gimmick Puppet Lock, they can grind you. They can put up that 3, what's that? Light and Darkness Dragon that has like the 3 Omni Negates. They have that card. They have, Mirror Jade. They have other things that they can do. They can go into Furious Dragon to pop stuff. Like, I feel like the deck is really, really good. And also, if I'm not mistaken, the new Azamina deck can actually work with Branded, if I'm not mistaken. That and like the Whitewoods too also works with Branded. I've seen some builds with that. So we're gonna go ahead and just say that Tax Dragon too. Yeah, Anthony, I forgot about that. Yeah. So if this gets banned, I wouldn't be surprised if Branded just puts 2 Masquerades on the board and just calls it a day, and you get taxed twice. I mean, that's what Branded used to do when it first came out of the structure deck. So we're gonna leave this like this for right now. Max C. Ooh, this one is a big one. Max C. I know this is a Master Duel, guys. This is a Master Duel. But I've seen people say that they would like Max C to come back. That there's plenty of outs to Max C. Ash stops Max C. We can also, it's not on here, but I've heard also people say to put Call by the Grave to 2. We also have Cross out as well. So what's your stance on this, guys? Yomi says that Roach needs to stay banned. Or you'll want to stomp the Roach? I mean, we can kill with them, with some bug spray. Go, let's kill it. Honestly, guys, I think I don't know why OCG still allows that. No, because Molcharmy just got made. Yeah, Anthony, I think you're right. Yep, I agree with you. Because they're coming out with they had the Molcharmy, whatever his name is, just came out, and then the other one is going to come out in the next set. So I feel like there's really no need for Maxi. So it's going to stay banned, guys. I feel like if they want to sell the other new Maxis, it's going to be banned, so that way it'll force players to buy the newer Maxis. Yeah, I don't ever foresee this card ever coming off the ban list, to be honest. So, I mean, I have my copies. I have my 3 copies just in case, but it's just wishful thinking. It's never going to come off, I feel like. We have, let's see. Let's go to the chat really quick. Let's see. We have, okay, so Anthony says ban Apple. Hey, Anthony, we're going to get to that one. Right now, we're going to go ahead and go over Masterpiece. Masterpiece has been on the ban list. It's banned, but what do you guys think? Call by to the Grave at 2 is OCG. Okay, yeah. I mean, if we did unban Maxi, I feel like Call by needs to come to 2. I think we should mirror the OCG in that way. But Max get the speed. Yeah, Patrick, I heard about that. Maxi gets a Speed Duel reprint. If any time it will be. Yeah, it's true. I mean, if it's gonna be at any point, it's getting a reprint soon because of the Speed Duel. So I just don't see it. I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Unless, wait, does Speed Duel have a different format, like a different ban list, or did they follow our ban list for TCG? Oh, Anthony, you never heard of Masterpiece before? This card was pretty crazy back in like the Zodiac format, because I think it was like True Draco, Zodiac format, where that was, you know, running around. I think that was like 2016 or 2017, around that time. So yeah, so this card was a problem. Like, I mean, look it up, bro. Like it's pretty crazy, but I feel like by today's standards, I feel like it's not as bad. Like I feel like it could come back to 1. I'm gonna say 1. Okay, 20. Yep, 2017, bro. Yeah. All right, Yomi, he got that year on lock there. So I want to play around with windups. Ooh, that's old. What's it called? It's called just type in Masterpiece and you should be able to find it. Windups was from long ago, bro. That was like what, like the Xyz era. So that was like 2013, I think, ish. 2012, 2013 is like the Xyz. Yeah, so we're gonna say Masterpiece is gonna come back to 1. I feel like it's long overdue. There's plenty of outs to this card. I don't think it's like if it came right now in this format, I don't even think that people would even blink an eye and try and play True Draco, especially with, you know, skill drain ban and stuff like that. Like, I think it's fine. All right, all of my Dino players. We have Miscellaneous Saurus. Where do you think this lands, guys? Oh, windups is so 2014. Okay, all right. You think that it should be at 3? Honestly, guys, I'm thinking it should be at 3. I mean, because a lot of these decks, like, I feel like they do so much like more powerful things, and like their recursion is like way better than Dinosaurs right now. Like, yeah, I know Dinosaurs got some recent support with that Xyz, like the Evilsaur rank 6 one. That's like an Omni Negate, but like I feel like, I mean, Dinos needs to show some love, man. I feel like, you know, Konami should give Dinos some love. I'm gonna say free. Guys, remember, this is a shake-up ban list. We waited this long. They're gonna shake some things up. So bring Mist back to 3, Mist to 3. OCG has it at 3. Yeah, man. Like, okay, so a lot of you guys are agreeing with this. So let's go ahead and go Appo. Appo. Right now, it's at unlimited copies. It's free. We already know what Anthony says. Anthony says that Appo should be at banned, right? So let's see. Yomi says banned. The problem with this card is that everyone says it's so generic, right? So any deck has access to this card. This is a rank 4 Omni Negate that a lot of decks have access to. So it's I don't think it's warped some formats, but like this card has been so important in a lot of those meta, like those end boards, right? Like this backed up by, like, you know, more cards like that that have like negation stuff like that, like trap cards and stuff. Like, this card is a problem. It's so hard for decks to like, you know, get it off the field. It's not like a once per turn negate. It has 4 negates. You can use them whenever. So let's see. Ban. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna say ban. I think it's about time. Even though I am a Crystal Beast player and we use this card for our end board, Appo is such a good card in that deck. But I think it's time. I will shed some tears for that. I'm sorry to see you go, but yeah, it is going to be banned. I think it is going to be banned. Zelantis, another card that my Crystal Beast play that is currently free. So Zelantis, yes, Anthony, you're right. Literally every meta deck plays it. It's true. It's true. Yep. Every meta deck right now has access to this card right here, Appo, and it's a problem. Let's talk about Zelantis. This one doesn't worry you? Okay. Yomi says this one doesn't really worry me. I mean, I've heard of like the water lock. Like, I've heard some decks doing that, but a lot of those water like locks are not really like meta. I don't think. Like I've never seen any topping deck list, whatever, like at YCSs or regionals that are like this is like the sole reason that they were winning. So leaves Atlantis free. Okay. I mean, I can agree with that. I mean, I have really no skin in the game, so if we say that we want to keep this free, I think it's free. Glow Up Bulb. A lot of plant players and synchro players want this card to come back. So right now it is currently banned. What do you guys think about Glow Up Bulb? Glow Up Bulb is a banned card. I feel like it was hit because of Halki Fibrax though. But Halki Fibrax is banned, so why can't this card come back? I know you can probably cheese it out on the field and like maybe go into synchro, so you can synchro climb, because you can synchro, then you can special summon it from the graveyard to have it come back, and you can go into like another play that way. But I mean, what do you guys think? Okay, so we actually have a difference of opinion here. So Yomi is saying keep it banned, and Sean is saying it's coming back. Sean, it's coming back to what? To 1? To 2? Or unlimited? Like, what do you think? I don't need that Quasar Dragon Nightmare. Yeah, I know, right? Like Stardust Dragon decks and stuff like that, and Synchron decks, that this card can put in some work. Oh, that's right. What's that called? Junk Speeder can actually special summon this from the deck. No, it's not a. Never mind. It's not a Synchron, I don't think. So yeah. So Glow Up Bulb is just. I don't know. What do you guys think? I dislike plants. Keep it banned. Oh man. Okay. Let me see. Forgive if I'm wrong, but the effect can only be used once per duel, right? Honestly, I don't know, but it's coming back. I think it is once per duel, if I'm not mistaken, but like I was saying, how you can somehow special summon it from like your hand or from the deck to the field, use it to synchro summon, and then once you use its effect from the graveyard to special summon itself, that's the once per duel effect where you special summon it from the graveyard. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna say I don't know. I'm gonna say come back at 1. Let's test the waters, right? Let's just see. Let's see what happens at 1. Like, Konami has been known to bring stuff off the list slowly, not just like outright at 3. So I'm gonna say they bring this one back to 1 and just test it out to see if anything breaks it or whatever, and they can just probably ban it right after that. So Plush Fire, we have Plush Fire here. To all my Pendulum players. Oh, Anthony, the list is dropping tomorrow. We don't know when tomorrow, but Konami did confirm that it is tomorrow, August 31st on Saturday. So, all right. So Plush Fire. Right now we have Plush Fire banned, but we do know that Konami has released that they're releasing some more Pendulum Plush Fire. What's the thing? Perform Age cards coming out soon. So is it the right time to free this card and put it at 1 at least to see where that goes, or what do you guys think? If you guys don't know the backstory, this card during like the Pendulum format, Pepe was a problem. It was around the time that it was Burning Abyss, Shadal's, Klee, Cosmo, what's the other? Monarchs was around. Like it was around that format, that time frame. This deck was a tier 0 deck at the time, and they had to do an emergency ban list to hit this deck. I think it was like the ban list had just come out, and then like 2 or 3 weeks later, they did an emergency ban list and banned like some of like the Pepe stuff. So this deck was pretty crazy. This was before they did the Master Rule change, where you can summon as many cards from your face-up extra deck and pendulum summon them on the board. Like you didn't have to, special summon them to the link zones or anything like that, or the extra monster zone. It was just a pendulum summon. It was just like a 5. Like you could summon 5 monsters at once. So the pendulum mechanic was pretty busted back in the day. So let's see what you guys think. Let's see, the new pendulum in the Animation Chronicle. Yeah, so it's coming out in the Animation Chronicle. They just reworked it. This year's Animation Chronicle pack is broken. Yeah, it's pretty broken. I mean, like I'm not gonna lie, like the pendulum support is pretty cracked in there. But I mean, I said that about the most recent pendulum support that came out. But it didn't do anything. Like I feel like the new Master Rule really hindered pendulums, where like it's just so hard to play them, and like not many people are wanting to play them because it's like the payoff is just not there. Like you go so neg because you have to have 2 scales in your hand to play them. You know, if you're going first, that's already 2 of the 5 cards that you draw. So I don't know. I'm gonna give them a bone here. I'm gonna say that Flesh Fire comes back and they bring it back to 1, just to test it, to see what happens. All right, we have Mathmech Circular. Mathmech Circular, it was at 1 for a little bit, and then in the most recent ban list in January, I did a reaction on my channel, so if you guys haven't seen that, you guys can watch that back. But they banned Mathmech Circular, and I love this card. I play Cyberse decks, so it really crippled the decks that I was playing. I played Mathmech and I played Ignister as well. So the banning of this card really hurt those decks. Those decks are not viable right now in the slightest. But I honestly feel like I see why Konami banned it. They banned it for the sole reason that Cyberse decks, they're not like different from each other because they all do the same thing because of this card. If this card comes to 1 or is free in any way, most Cyberse decks are gonna include a Mathmech package to go ahead and go into the Xyz that does a rip 1 from hand, rip 1 from Monster Zone, and rip 1 from the Spell and Trap Card Zone. They always go for that play. So it's like, to create diversity with your Cyberse decks, they banned it, right? But I feel like without this card, Cyberse decks are not even worth playing. I know they do have the new Malice deck coming out, and that's a Cyberse deck, but the Malice deck is another deck that can utilize Shifter. So I don't know, do we give them this? I mean, I'm not even sure if they can even use it, to be honest, but I mean, for the sake of my Mathmech and my Ignister deck, I would love this card to come to 1. I know this is just a ban list prediction video. I don't think it'll come back, but this is something that I'm wishing for. So I'm gonna say I want it to come back to 1. You know, what do you guys think? Haha, that deck weeps when it faces my Fossil deck, especially Fossil Dragon Skullgirls. Which deck weeps? Is it the Ignister decks you're talking about, or like the Cyberse decks, or is it the something else that I didn't catch? Anthony says maybe at 1. Yeah, I think maybe at 1. Like, I don't think it's... Oh, Mathmech Yomi? Okay. I mean, I never played that matchup though, so I don't really know how, like if I was facing that, how I would react. But I mean, if you say it kills them, then it kills them, right? I'm gonna say this is at 1. Spiral Master Plan. This right now is currently banned. So Spirals, as you guys know, is not doing anything. It's not topping. It's not being played in regionals. It's a fun deck right now because of Master Plan being hit. If this came back to 1, I still don't even think it'll be meta. So I don't know why it's on here, to be honest. Like Konami's known for just keeping stuff banned for no reason, honestly. Like I've seen cards that are so old that should be off the ban list, but it's still there out of, you know, nostalgic reasons. But I think Spiral Master Plan can come to 1. It's not. I don't think it's gonna break it, to be honest. I don't think it's gonna break Spirals. What do you guys do? That stays in 2018. We don't need that. So you're talking about Spirals? You want to keep it in ban? Let me know what you think, Yomi. All right, guys, go ahead and drop a like on this video if you guys, wouldn't mind for me. I would appreciate that. We don't need that. All right, I mean, I'm gonna say that it's gonna go ahead and just stay banned, right? Because they're not gonna like limit everything off the off the ban list. Like they're gonna keep some stuff on there for the next list and the list after that. So Maybe they bring all these back to 1 from being banned, and they just keep Master Plan banned. So I'm gonna say that they'll keep it banned. Never seen Spirals, so free it. Free it to 3. I mean, Spirals was a pretty tier 0 deck back in the day, but again, the power level of the decks now far exceed what was meta back in the day. So if you ask me, I'm gonna say it can come back to 1, no problem. Like the power level of these decks now, like bro, Tier Elements, you have Castira, like even Castira in its state right now can body, I feel, it can body Spirals. To play devil's advocate, bring back Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity. I mean, is used in Rush Duel. Yeah, but Rush Duel is a different format. Like, I don't know. Those draw cards are just so generic. Like, especially Graceful Charity, you can set up your graveyard and it's like all your plays are live. Like, things that need to be in the graveyard can just be pitched and discarded. Graceful Charity in Dark World is insane if that was to be free. I don't know, man. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna say that Spiral just stays banned for just this ban list. It might come off in future lists, but I'm gonna say for right now is banned. We have Prank Kids Meow Meow Mew. It's right now it's banned. I want to say it can come back, man. I mean, Prank Kids is doing nothing. Even if it came back to 1, I think people will play it. I mean, it's a fun deck. Maybe play at the local level, maybe even like regionals. But I don't think it's YCS level, so I feel like it can come back to 1. You know, what do you guys think about Prank Kids Meow Meow Mew? So why not bring it back to 3 instead? Bring it back. Anthony, bring what back? What do you think, bro? What are you thinking? Prank Kids. Yeah, when Prank Kids did come out, it made my Akashi cheat because Prank Kids was the meta deck that came out of that that deck build pack. Back when the pack came out. Yeah, Yomi. I agree with you. Bring back Meow Mew to 3. I mean, I was just being conservative, but like Konami is not known for bringing stuff right off and be 3 because right now it's banned. I don't think they'll bring it back at 3. But like if it's at 1, I know that they can recycle it, I think. With one of their spell cards, I think that they can recycle it. So at that point, yeah, it might as well be at 3 anyway, right? Okay, so now you're saying 1? Alright, so let's put it at 1. We will leave it at 1. Give those prank kid players a little bone. No pun intended, it's a dog, we're gonna throw them a bone. So we're gonna put it at 1. All right, another pendulum card. We have Heavy Metal Foes Electromite. I feel like if this card came back, pendulums will be on the map. I feel like this deck would come back and it'll be so strong. I used to be a pendulum player. Shout out to my friend Matt. Matt, if you're watching, if you're on the stream, whatnot. He's been pining for this card to come off the list because he's played, Pendulum Magicians. He's played any type of pendulum deck you can think of. Abyss Actors. He's played them all. He would love this card, honestly. Oh, this. Okay, so Yomi's dropping some trivia here. The same artist who made Prank Kids Mimighoul. I used to be a pendulum player. I used to play Yosenju. Okay. Yosenju was like a pendulum stun deck though, to be honest. I'm gonna say, man, I would love for this card to come back though at 1. I'm a pendulum player at heart, and I love pendulum decks. I played Pendulum Magicians. I played Cleafords. I played DDDs. I played some pendulum decks back in my day. I would love this card to come back at 1, just to see what it would do. What's that crazy? I didn't know that I love. Oh, okay, yeah. So you're saying about like the Mimighoul thing. Oh, Anthony, you're a DDD player as well. That's what's up, man. I mean, I love me some DDDs. I love me some DDDs, man. Like, I wish that they got some more direct support though, but that's a topic for another day. We're gonna continue with the ban list. So I'm gonna say I would love for this card to come back at 1. All right, we got Baron. Baron right now is banned. I didn't put Savage Dragon on here because I feel like Baron de Fleur is the better of the cards, and I feel like if this can't come back, I don't know. Maybe they did just both stay banned. I feel like like they literally just got banned not too long ago, so I don't know. Bring back Baron. You guys really want Baron back? Like I feel like, well, I mean, if we're doing all these hits to Snake Eyes, right? Snake Eyes was the reason that Baron got banned, because they can go into Baron and then Savage and then Appo. So if we're banning Appaloosa, we're banning Snake Eye Flamberge, limiting Snake Eye Ash, like, could this potentially come back to 1? I mean, no, well, people are only going to play 1, so it will come back to 3? You think so? No Baron, hell no, says Yomi. Anthony says it's not that powerful. I mean, an Omni Negate is always powerful. It's just a once while it's face up, right? So, I'm gonna say it's probably still too fresh, right? Like they just banned this back in January. I'm gonna say let's let it sit for a little bit longer. Maybe not this ban list, maybe not the next one, but the one after that. Maybe it could come back after like maybe a year being banned, and then we'll like evaluate what the landscape looks like, what decks are out there right now. Maybe it could come back sooner rather than later though. I'm gonna keep it banned though. Yeah, but like I mean, like I said, Anthony, like if we're banning all these Snake Eye cards though, like, you know, I mean, like the end board was Appo, Savage, Baron. If we're banning Appo, banning these, maybe it could come back essentially. But I'm just gonna say Konami has been known to keep stuff on the ban list for a little bit longer than it should be. So I'm gonna say they just keep it banned, and maybe until next year sometime they release it. All right, this one's a oldie but goodie. This one is Heavy Storm. Heavy Storm right now is banned. So we've also heard that this card is getting a reprint, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think it might be Speed Duel. I think it may be some product where it's coming out. Can this essentially come back to at least 1, maybe? I mean, they brought back on the last couple lists. They brought back Snatch Steal. Snatch Steal is at 1 right now. I mean, Change of Heart has been brought back to 1 as well. So these are like these old time powerful cards that came out in the first couple years of Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's like Heavy Storm was a staple back in the day. Could you guys see this card coming back? Yomi says nope, nope, nope. He said nope, 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 nope. No Heavy Storm. Heavy Storm is back in the OCG. Heavy Storm is back in the OCG. So if I'm not mistaken, they've had it back for a little bit, right? So is it doing damage over there? Change of Heart is at 2 in the OCG as well. Okay. I'm gonna keep it at ban. I don't think it's the right time for it to come back. Like, there's powerful cards that, like, you can set a whole bunch of your back row and play Heavy Storm, blow them up, and some of them like will have effects to trigger and stuff that do other stuff. So I don't know. I think Heavy Storm should probably stay banned. Just the effect of like blowing up your cards can be like, proactive and do stuff. Like, I don't know. I think that's just like something that I probably don't want to open up that can of worms right now. So I'm gonna say Heavy Storm is gonna stay banned. All right, we have Dryden, Zodiac Dryden. Zodiac was like a tier 0 deck as well back in the day, and this card is not like crazy on paper, but like it's like a pop. So like you can detach to pop a card on the field, if I'm not mistaken, with the effect. So spot removal. I mean, do you guys think that a body that's a spot removal card should be banned? Waking the Dragon. Oh, yeah, Yomi, I forgot about that. Yeah, they could set Waking the Dragon, activate Heavy Storm, blow it up. I mean, Zodiac was top in 2017. Yeah, I know. 2017, and we're 7 years out. Do you think this card should still be banned? Like, it's been 7 years that this card came out and was meta relevant. My friend Alex loves Zodiac. He would love for this card to come back at 1. But what do you guys think? Leave Zodiac banned? Man, Anthony, you coming out with the hot takes today, man. So leave Zodiac banned, huh? It's not that powerful, says Yomi. Oh, we got 10 subscribers. Hey, let's go. That's the most we've had all night. Guys, drop a like, leave a comment. Let me know you're in here so we can talk. We're talking about the ban list. This is what we're thinking is going to get banned. I appreciate you guys, coming out. Let's see. So, Dryden. No, it definitely would be. Okay. Anthony says Dryden would be banned. Like it's powerful. Like it's powerful. And then Yomi is saying it's not that powerful. So okay. I'm gonna say it stays banned. Yeah. I'm gonna say it stays banned. We have also the Barrage as well to go along with the Dryden. This I believe is a search card for the Zodiac archetype. So it's a continuous spell. You play it. It searches. So it's almost in the same vein as a Tenki, I believe, where once it's played, you search. So another consistency boost to the Zodiac deck. So these two, I don't know. I mean, like I feel like they're not as powerful. Like you could probably make up like a rogue fun deck with these cards, but I'll say for right now it stays banned. Like I mean, if we're getting all these other cards coming off the ban list to 1. Maybe these will just be the ones that just stay behind for a little bit longer. A rank 4 turbo is nuts, especially with how much level support there is now. Yeah, I can see that, man. I face a Zodiac deck mixed with Kaijus and Invoked. Man, that sounds pretty spicy, Yomi. I mean, it sounds like it's like a rogue, fun local deck, but like, it does sound pretty spicy. Mixed with Kaijus, like you give your opponent a Kaiju, go into Zodiac, rank up into Dryden possibly, pop both of them. I mean, that's pretty cool. All right. Konami brought this card to limited last ban list, and why do they bring this card back? This card is obnoxious. Because like my thinking was, okay, you're banning all of the Rivalry of Warlords and Gozen match and stuff like that, like the cards that say that you can't play, but yet they bring this card back and this card says you can't play. So I'm confused what Konami was thinking last format. Bringing this back to 1, I think they should just ban this card again, man. This card is so dumb. So dumb. I mean, what do you guys, ban Protos? I had mixed feelings about that. Arch Nemesis. Yeah, I mean, like, it's any deck can pretty much get this card. I feel like it's so easy to summon. You just need what, like 3 different? Is it 3 different arch? 3 different attributes or 3 different types? I think this one is the type one. 3 different types. No, sorry. This one is the attribute. Yeah. So you need 3 different attributes in your deck. I mean, in your graveyard to special summon it. So that's easy for some decks to have 3 different attributes. I mean, your extra deck pretty much is staple cards that all have different attributes, like SP Little Knight. That's a mandatory card in the extra deck, and I think it's an Earth. So you already have 1 attribute now, and then if your deck already plays different attributes and stuff like that, it's pretty easy to get this card out. And special summon it, you declare 1 type and your opponent, or you declare 1 type, yeah, and then your opponent is like locked out of that type or whatever it is. So I don't know why they even brought this back. This card is dumb. I had mixed feeling about that. Arch Nemesis. It's legal in Master Duel. Yeah, I know, but there's some things that Master Duel has legal, like Max Z and stuff like that. But then we don't have it in the TCG. I feel like Master Duel is the middle ground between the OCG and the TCG. It's like if the TCG and OCG list were mixed, you'd have the Master Duel list. So I feel like sometimes it doesn't really pertain to like TCG, like what we'll get back, what will what gets banned and stuff like that. So, but good point. I'm gonna say that it should be banned, man. This card should just stay banned. All right, it's Counterpart. This is a card that came off the list with Protos as well. So this is Colossus. This is a draw and lock board on legs. If it's on the field, your opponent cannot add cards from deck to hand except by drawing them. So what do you guys think about this card? This card as well is a splashable engine with the Nemesis cards. You play Nemesis Flag and Nemesis, what's the other card? Nemesis Flag. You play the rank 4 Pyro Fire one that searches the Nemesis Flag. Yeah, that card made me flip tables. Which card? The Thunder Dragon Colossus? I've never seen. Yeah, Anthony's right. I've never seen topping deck lists with this card. So it's like, is it really that bad? Like, I don't know. The Thunder one, yeah. The Thunder Dragon one, like, if I see this flipped on me and I have no outs to it, it hurts. It's sad, right? If you have no outs to this card, like, you're pretty much done, because all you can do is just draw cards. You can't search for cards. Cards that like, you can only draw cards with this card. So like, I mean, if you have like a Pot of Prosperity, well, that's not even drawing. That's adding. That's you're excavating the top 6 cards or top 3 cards, and you're adding it. So yeah, so Prosperity won't even work under this guy. You can only play Pot of Desires, Allure of Darkness. Like, cards that let you draw is what you can do with this card. I don't know, man. What do you guys think? This one is pretty controversial, I think. Okay, Henry. Shout outs to Henry. Thanks you for joining us, bro. Henry says free. However, it depends on they ban any hand traps. Okay, what do you mean by that, Henry? Like, which hand traps do you think that they ban in order for this to stay? Yomi says, I played a powerful Thunder Dragon. It's still powerful in 2024. Yeah, it's still pretty powerful. I mean, it's a floodgate. It's a floodgate on legs, so we can't overlook that. It's not nothing, right? So Anthony says, in theory, it's busted, but like I said, I haven't seen anyone top. That's true. It is a busted card, right? But like, we haven't seen any topping lists of YCSs play this card, and regionals haven't played this card. So I think Konami will use that information, right? Like, okay, they know what's topping YCSs, and they know what's topping in, regionals and stuff. I feel like they are in tune, and they look at, YouTube, and they look at videos of what's topping. This card is not topping. This card is not in topping deck list, so I feel like they're gonna leave it until something happens where it gets abused and stuff like that. Granted, this isn't in topping decks either, but this is just a floodgate that you can't play cards. Like, with Thunder Dragon, you can still play cards. You can still do combos and stuff like that. Go in your extra deck and stuff to make a play. But this card says you can't even special summon, and we know nowadays the game is around special summoning and making plays that way, right? Guys, give me a second. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. All right, guys, thank you for waiting so patiently. Talking so much gets my throat parched. So, where were we? So we're gonna leave Thunder Dragon limited, right? So let's wait to see what happens. Like, I think once this starts getting abused, we can go ahead and revisit that and have it banned. Gamma currently is at 1. Making this card at 1 makes it virtually unplayable because you're playing this with the 1 driver in your deck. So yeah, I feel like you have to have this card back at 3 in order to have this card live. What do you guys think? Like, should this come back to more copies? Like, I miss this card. This card promoted like some good interaction between players. Like, man, like, you know, they have the Gamma. Like, you know, if they have a card on the field, they can't activate Gamma. So it created like some mind games between the players. Like, okay, I'm not gonna activate Gamma unless he plays a card first. So it's like it was pretty skillful, I feel like. Let me see. Protoss ban makes more sense. Yeah, you're right, Anthony. Henry, example, cards like Imperm can easily activate on the opponent's draw phase or can be tributed with Kaiju. Yeah, I agree, yeah. So if Land Dragon is on the field, you can, you know, tribute it with a Kaiju, you can Imperm it, like, there's ways of outing it where you can still play. So I guess there's some interaction to that, but like the Protoss is a lingering effect. So once it activates, it lingers until your turn. You can't start to summon anything, and then it goes back to your opponent's turn, and now it's just like, you know, that type of card where it lingers. Anthony says Gamma to 2. Yomi says, I don't mind it at 1. Okay, so we have an impasse here. We have some people saying it should stay at 1, and some people say they don't mind it at 2. I, for one, would love to have this card back at 3, but I would still play it actually if it's at 2. I honestly would play the Gamma at 2 and the 1 driver of my deck. Because the odds are you're going to see the Gamma more than you will see the driver, right? Well, mathematically anyways. I know some people say that card, the driver, you will see the 1 of all the time in your opening hand. And that's just a brick in your hand, but I love this card so much. I wish it would come back to 2, at least at 2. I mean, I would play it in my decks if it was at 2. All right, Patrick, if you're still here, this card is for you, buddy. He plays plants. Right now, this card is at 1. What do you guys think Dryads should be at? Anthony says 2 of Gammas is balanced. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Yeah, Patrick, I knew you were gonna say that. Oh boy, let's see what people say. This right now is currently at 1, and we all know that plants, they don't top much besides, you know, Jess in Europe. So what do you guys think? Okay, you want to hear my opinion first? Patrick says he wants to hear my opinion first. And Patrick knows that we play against each other, you know. He's one of my closest friends, so let's see. What I'm going to say is Dryads, with the new plant support that came out, I feel like it made them good, but I think Konami preemptively banned this card before the Jasmine and all that other stuff came out, like all the Link plant stuff came out, and they banned this card. Oh, the Ragnaraka cards too. So they preemptively banned this card to 1. You know what? Patrick, tell me this first. If this was back at Unlimited, would you still play this at 3 or would you play it at 2? Let me know what you play this at. Anthony says leave Dryads where it's at. Henry says 1 is fine. And Yomi says plants don't top in OCG. Well, yeah, because that's a different format. Okay, so Patrick says if this came back at Unlimited, he'd play it 2. The extra deck is kind of tight. That's what I was thinking, Patrick. I feel like if it came back at 2, I wouldn't mind. Because, I mean, I'm not sure how 1 more Dryads, I'm not sure where that would increase the power level to. I know the 1-of, it hurts. Because if the 1-of gets stops in any way, it stops your plays from progressing and they have to take another route. So, Dryads to 2, I mean, I'm not sure how, is that going to make it a tier 1 deck? I don't think so. I think it'll make it a tier 2 deck that can potentially win a you know, regional, maybe top of YCS. Again, like, you know, Plants is one of those typings that never ever has been shown love in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day. So I feel like now that it's got some decent support, I feel like let's make it, you know, meta deck. Like, I mean, well, sorry, not a meta deck, I'm a meta contender. Like, let's make it a tier 2 deck. So that's why I put Dryas semi-limited at 2. That's my final answer. What do you guys think? Patrick says it increased consistency, right? Okay. So it increases the consistency, which in turn, how far does that consistency boost the power level of the deck is what I was trying to gauge, right? Henry says it'll be fine at 2 if they limit any Rika support so it won't be too broken. Okay. Yomi says only plant deck I like is Predaplant. Yeah, Predaplant, I mean, but Anaconda needs to stay banned. I hate that card. That card is too easy to get into. It's generic, and it leads into busted, you know, fusion plays where you can put in the DPE in your deck and stuff like that. I don't want to deal with that again. Patrick says it's fine at 1 and Konami will keep it at 1. Thanks for the buff, D. I appreciate it. Hey, I mean, I was willing to throw you a bone, you know? I wouldn't mind seeing this at semi-limited, so I'll leave it there. We never know what Konami will do, right? So we'll leave it there. And if this is a ban list that they're going to shake things up, I feel like this could be, of all the ban lists that it could come back to 2, I feel like this is the one. All right, now we're getting into some meta stuff, right? We have Beatrice. Beatrice right now is unlimited. But as you all know, this is being abused by Fiendsmith, okay? So do we ban this card? This card facilitates a lot of graveyard shenanigans. You can dump stuff. This also enables like the transcode, the rollback card from, you know, turn skipping your opponent. Like, this card does some crazy stuff. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna leave it here for a second while I drink some water, and you guys let me know in the chat. Yo, we got 13 people in the chat. It's the highest we've had all night. It's my first stream, so you know, drop a like for me, guys, if you don't mind. Thank you for stopping in. We're just talking about the ban list if you guys just came in right now. So this is what we're thinking are going to be banned or stay banned. This is what we think will be limited or stay on the limited list. Semi-limited, and this is what we think will stay free. You know, based off of, you know, what we've banned here, this is what we think will just stay at 3 because Konami either has product to sell in the form of the puppet. We already banned the Sanctifier, so there's no point in banning both. Misk, we want to throw, you know, Dino a bone here. Zelantis, we feel like it can stay at 3, and then Beatrice right now is currently at 3, but we're trying to see if where should this go. Okay, let's see. No, it's not. Shadow Realm ban, Henry says. Beatrice, you are going into the lake of fire. The burning abyss fire. Let's see. We have Anthony says, oh yeah, sorry. You're right. It is at 1. What am I thinking, Anthony? I'm sorry, my man. It's late, right? So yes, Beatrice, sorry, is at 1 right now. That needs to be sent to hell where the burning abyss is from. That was a good one, Yomi. Anthony says, ban it last year. Okay, ban it. And then Patrick, all right, Pat. Have a good night, brother. Thank you for chilling with me on the stream. I appreciate you for showing some love. Henry says, throw it in the Pharaoh's box ban. All right, guys, we know this is gonna be banned. Beatrice, I'm sorry. I really love Burning Abyss as a concept, as a deck. I mean, I'd hope that you would have, you know, come back to at least 2 to help that deck out in some way, but you're being abused in other decks, and it's just not healthy for the game right now. So, deuces, you are out of here. The next one I have is Fiendsmith. Now, I don't specifically mean that we're gonna ban the Fiendsmith guy right here, but I did put this as like, are we gonna ban at all the Fiendsmith engine? Like, does any form of the cards like get banned? I feel like it's still too new. So I'm gonna say that the Snake Eyes engine stays 3. I mean, they haven't even got a reprint yet. Like, I feel like they're gonna keep it at 3 until some form of reprint set, and then they'll limit it or whatever. Oh, Henry says actually to semi-limit it because it's still too new to ban it. Does it really deserve a semi? I mean, I mean, semi-limited does hurt a little bit of the consistency. I don't know. The engine isn't the problem. Okay, so Anthony says the engine isn't the problem. I think it's the Beatrice that's the problem, really. Now, if this gets banned, though, other decks won't use this, the Phoenix Fist engine, as an extender. They'll use it as an Omni Negate, and they'll go into the DDD Wave King Caesar, which I hope doesn't get banned either. I didn't put it on this list, but I hope it doesn't get banned either. I'm a DDD player, and I would love that card to stay for DDDs. But if this card is the reason that DDDs get banned, I'm gonna be so upset. Anthony says it's what it facilitates. Right, exactly. So this card facilitates you to keep going and keep extending past the interruptions that your opponent can present. So this gets into Beatrice, Beatrice dumps, then Beatrice gets linked off into something else, and it just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. So I'm gonna say Fiendsmith, it's either gonna be here. I don't see it getting more than semi-limited. Like, I feel like the semi-limited is a slap on the wrist. So I'm gonna say it stays free. Yomi says ban High Caesar, ban Beatrice and High Caesar, and Fiendsmith is okay. Henry says and less consistent for the Link 2 fusion effect monster. Yeah, that's true. Caesar isn't a problem either. I mean, 2 Solemn Warnings not once per turn is pretty strong, and if it's easy to get into, it could be a problem. I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna say we're gonna leave this here. Right now, we're gonna talk about the Dragon Rulers. By a show of hands, put ones in the chat if you were around when the Dragon Rulers were a thing. Let me know how far your Yugi dueling goes back to. Yomi was around back in the day. Yomi was around back in the day where the Dragon Rulers were running rampant. Yomi's been playing since 04. My brother, dang, you've been there since the game first came out. Anthony and Henry say 2. Does that mean you guys want them at 2? I was alive, but I wasn't into Yu-Gi-Oh! Crazy. Yeah, man, I'm an old head, so I mean, I was in middle school when Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out, so that was my thing. I used to rush home to watch like the anime and stuff like that. Yu-Gi-Oh! was my thing back in the day. I used to collect all the cards, like the Dark Magician, the Blue Eyes White Dragon. I used to love Yu-Gi-Oh! Like heavy. All right, so right now we have most of the Dragon Rulers, I think, are at 1. I don't know exactly where they're placed at right now, but I want to say the Dragon Rulers are all at 1. I think, yeah. So I mean, should they come back? I mean, they're extenders for dragons, right? Yeah, because it's not too broken like before, but can be playable for non-meta stuff. Okay, Henry. I mean, I agree with you. I'm gonna say they come back. If Konami is really trying to shake up this ban list, they can come back. I mean, I don't foresee, like, they really facilitate rank 7 like spam. I mean, I guess it could be also for Link spam, because they summon each other off or whatever. So there could be a world where I see that it could be used for Z spam and Link spam. But as we know, the card pool for rank 7s is not really that good. I mean, so I mean, you guys think that the rank 7 pool is crazy, that this should not be coming off and stay limited? Yomi says I was a child when Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out. That was back in the day of the original one. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I was in like maybe 6th grade, maybe 5th or 6th grade, and it only took one episode of Yu-Gi-Oh for me to get hooked, and I was hooked, and I wanted the cards, I wanted everything. I had like the little dual disc, like the you press the button, it's like you know, like I had all that stuff. Anthony says, me too. I had Ziploc bags of cards, even a dual disc. I just wasn't playing the actual competitive game. Anthony, yo. Yo, I remember like the dual disc, like you put the cards on it and it would like that dual disc would mess up the card edges and stuff like that. It was so bad. Rank 7 is Harpy territory. I mean, that's not strong. I mean, Harpies are not that strong. I mean, I don't think. Henry says, just a side note, I think Shifter might be at 1 because of the new Malice engine coming in December. You think so, man? I don't know. Because I feel like it's sacky, man. Like, if you're, okay, honestly, if you're facing your opponent and they hard draw the Shifter while you're trying to combo and you're going first and they drop the Shifter on you, how are you going to feel if it's at 1 and they still drew it? That would hurt. I would hate that. I would hate that so much. All right, I'm gonna say Dragon Rulers aren't a problem. There's nothing right now that's crazy that deserves that honestly deserves this right here. I mean, these are fine. I mean, they're just Dragon extenders, and maybe with the Blue Eyes, like the new Blue Eyes support, I don't know if this would even do anything for them, honestly. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that this would break anything. So we're gonna leave them off the ban list. Now, this is where we get interesting. Now, I know if we're banning all these other decks, right? We're banning Snake Eyes mostly. We're hitting a little bit of the Fiendsmith engine. Yubel. Yubel is a problem. Yubel is a bit of a problem. It's a meta contender. It can summon the Phantom of Yubel. It can summon the Yubel Lovely Defender, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is the super poly target that can use effect monsters on the field. So that can wipe up your whole board. That's pretty strong. So what do you guys think about the Dark Beckoning Beast that is played in Yubel? Should it be limited to 1 to hit a little bit of like the consistency? Like, what do you guys think? This card right here also searches for the opening of the Spirit Gate. So these, I put these on here as the Yubel hits, because I don't think they actually hit Yubel, like any of the pieces or anything like that, but I think they may hit the cards that might help support it, right? Konami has done this before where they don't hit the actual like cards themselves. They might hit the cards around it that support it, which like is what they did with Snake Eyes, right? In the beginning, they hit the Baron, they hit the Savage Dragon, they hit the Link Haribo. So I feel like they would hit the cards around Yubel this time. Okay, so Anthony says, yeah, the dual disc was terrible to play on. It would rip the cards up. Yeah, man, it would. Imagine you bought like a really expensive card, or like you opened an expensive card in a pack, and obviously, you know, back in the day, us as kids, we didn't know the prices of cards back in the day. There was no TCG player to look it up. So we had like first edition, like, you know, Regeki straight from the pack, and we put that right there in the dual disc. Ooh, that thing will give you creases. It would like lift up the corners. It would bend everything. Oh man, that dual disc was terrible. Anthony says it's not a problem. Henry says 1 or ban. So he's saying that 1 or ban for the Dark Beckoning Beast. Sean says debating on buying super rare Ronin Tonin for ban list tomorrow. It's $5. Sean, if it's $5, man, and you can afford that, I would say go for it. I mean, Ronin Tonin, man, I would do it, honestly. And I didn't put it on the list because I didn't even think about it too, because I was thinking about cards to put on the on the tier list, and that didn't even come up. I'm sorry, man. I probably would have put it at semi-limited or free, to be honest. Because frogs, I don't think are even like strong enough. Like their biggest play is to go into Toad. You know. Let's see. Yomi says Yubel is not a problem for me. I used the Duke of the Demise. It's a fusion that requires 2 fiends or zombies. Yubel gets sucked up with Super Poly. Also, you play Super Poly as well, and then you use the Duke of Demise to snatch up the Yubel. Okay, I see that. Okay, that's a cool play. Anthony says, I just built gimmick puppets, so Yubel isn't a problem. Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess that does hard counter it, right? But the thing is, how many players are actually going to pick up gimmick puppets, right? I'm going to say this goes to 1. This goes to 1, and then the thing that it searches stays on ban. Let me know what you guys think. Is it do you think this is what's going to be banned right now? Let me know. Henry says, I'm really hoping for branded Lost to get banned. Oh, you think Lost is going to get banned? Would you rather see Lost or would you rather see Sanctifier get banned? What would you like to see banned? I think this is a pretty solid list. I mean, if you don't, with your help, guys, we made this list ourselves, right? I feel like this is a pretty decent list. Like, if all this happened, bans and all this stuff, like, I don't know, man. I feel like this would be a crazy list. Like, a lot of stuff moved around. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5, 6 bans. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7, 8, 9. We have 9 limits. So 6 bans, 9 limits. We have 2 changes here to the semi-limits. I mean, that's a pretty decent list. I feel like enough stuff changed and could change the meta. So I mean, this is what we came up with tonight, guys. I'm happy with skill drain though. I'm not happy with skill drain though. I mean, bro. I feel like Konami is trying to clean up the game little by little. So skill drain is pretty crazy, man. I mean, skill drain is pretty crazy. This is a decent deck list. Okay, thank you, Yomi. I appreciate that, man. I mean, we did it together. I mean, I got some input from you guys. You guys share with me what you guys thought. So this is a pretty decent list, and not bad for my first stream, right? I mean, we had a couple times we were in double digits, which isn't bad for my first stream. So we had like maybe 13, I think was the highest, 13, 14. I appreciate you guys coming out, watching this. This was fun. I mean, I like it. Like, maybe next time I can, play you guys maybe on, Nexus or something like that. We can get on there. We can play some games with my subscribers and stuff. I would love to be more interactive with you guys in real time. I know that I put the videos out and you guys, leave comments and stuff like that. But I think this is a fun first step, and I look forward to doing this more often with you guys. Again, like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed by now, please guys subscribe. This is gonna help this channel grow. Use the TCG Player affiliate link when you guys shop on TCG Player. If you guys want to help the channel grow and stuff like that, I want to get some better equipment and stuff like that for you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sign out with that, guys. I appreciate you guys staying with me tonight, and we'll do this more often for sure. This was a great turnout. I appreciate you guys. This is Brandon Lawrence signing out. And remember, this is the way.